To get regular updates, subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon. Visit our channel and get more learning videos under playlist option. There you can find current affairs, daily vocabulary, banking awareness, aptitude and much more.
Hello friends, good evening. I'm Dipali from Example. We have been running the current affairs show for the past 5 weeks and we have received a positive feedback from our viewers. The one thing we are not able to do is stick to the timings as we are trying to ascertain the current time slot for it. We request you to offer your comments to improve the quality of the show, and this is the compilation of 10 by 10 current affairs show by topic for this monthly digest. We hope that this will be helpful for your upcoming examination. In this session, we are going to see all the current affairs stories that have happened during the month of August related to international. Please like and share the video with your friends.
Pakistani lawmakers on Tuesday elected former Petroleum Minister Shahid Khaqan Abbasi as the country's new Prime Minister, replacing ousted veteran leader Nawaz Sharif. 3 days ago, the Supreme Court had disqualified Sharif from the holding office. Shahab was currently the Chief Minister of the West Punjab province, needs to win a parliamentary by-election before other lawmakers can elect him as Prime Minister. Here is the question related to this news. Who has become Pakistan Prime Minister recently? Interim Prime Minister. Option A, Nawaz Sharif. Option B, Shahid Khaqan Abbasi. Option C, Imran Khan. Option D, Parvez Musharraf. Option E, Benazir Bhutto. You got 15 seconds to type in your answers in the chat box next to the video. The right answer is Shahid Khaqan Abbasi. Abbasi will hold the post for roughly 2 months, while Nawaz's youngest brother Shahbaz runs in a by-election to take over from him. The World Bank has said secretary-level discussions between India and Pakistan and the Indus Water Treaty, that is IWT, took place in a spirit of goodwill and cooperation. It said both the parties have agreed to continue discussions and reconvene in September in Washington, D.C. The meeting comes amid strained relations between India and Pakistan over the latest sponsorship of terrorism against India. Here is the question related to this Indus Water Treaty, which is not true considering Indus Water Treaty. Option A, India and Pakistan are the primary parties. Option B, World Bank is the third party. Option C, United Nations is the third party. Option D, Jawaharlal Nehru was the Prime Minister then. Option E, treaty made in 1960. You got 15 seconds to pick an answer from these things. The right answer is United Nations is the third party, because United Nations is not a third party in the treaty. Indus Water Treaty is made between India and Pakistan by having World Bank as a third party in 1960, while Jawaharlal Nehru was the then Prime Minister of India. Cisco chairman John Chambers on Wednesday said that firms taking Indians to the US for cost arbitrage, displacing American workers was a mistake, and it was important that jobs are created in both countries to ensure sustainable growth. Chambers, who is also chairman of the newly formed US-India Strategic Partnership Forum, otherwise known as USISPF, said that two nations can work together to create opportunities in both the nations. Chambers explained that when an Indian company hires 10,000 Americans in the US or Cisco hires in India, the same needs to be articulated, and that USISPF, that is US-India Strategic Partnership Forum, would play that role. Here is the question related to H-1B visa. Which of the following is correct regarding H-1B visa of United States of America? 1. H-1B visa is to recruit and employ foreign professionals. 2. The present minimum required salary to get H-1B visa is $30,000. 3. 20% of the visas allotted to startups. Option A 1 only, option B 2 only, option C 1 and 2 only, option D 1 and 3 only, option E 2 and 3 only. You got 15 seconds to answer this question. The right answer is 1 and 3 only. H1B visas is to recruit and employ foreign professionals, and the present minimum required salary to get H1B visa is $130,000, and 20% of visas are allotted to startups. The World Trade Organization chief Roberto Azevedo has said that there is a clear risk of a trade war happening because of your protectionist policies. The World Trade Organization Director General did not implicate any countries by name behind such policies, even though he was asked about the effects on United States President Donald Trump's America First stance could have on the global trading system. Here is a question related to WTO. World Development Report is an annual publication of option A, Asian Bank, option B, World Trade Organization, option C, International Bank of Reconstruction and Development, option D, International Monetary Fund, option E, United Nations. You got 15 seconds to type in your answers. The right answer is International Bank of Reconstruction and Development. The World Development Report is an annual report published since 1978 by the International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, otherwise known as World Bank. The Israel Space Agency said that Israel has successfully launched its first spatial environmental research vehicle designed for orbital monitoring of Earth's vegetation. The Venus satellite, that is Vegetation and Environment Monitoring New Microsatellite, is an Earth observation microsatellite designed jointly by Israel's agency and France's National Center for Space Studies, known as CNES. Here is the question related to this news. Which of the following statements is correct about Venus satellite by Israel? Number 1. It is an Earth observational microsatellite designed jointly by Israel's agency and France's National Center for Space Studies. Number 2. It has scientific and technological missions. Number 3. Satellite is launched from France. The options are option A 2 and 3 only, option B 1 and 2 only, option C 1 and 3 only, option D all of the above, option E none of the above. You got 15 seconds to type in your answers. The right answer is all of the above. The Venus satellite is an Earth observation microsatellite designed jointly by Israel's agency and France's National Center for Space Studies, and it has scientific and technical missions, and it is launched from French Guiana. The Trump administration on Friday officially told that the United Nations US intends to pull out of the 2015 Paris Climate Pact. State Department said that the United States will continue to participate in international meetings and negotiations on current and future climate change deals. The next meeting is in Bonn, Germany in November this year. The department further said that the President Trump is open to re-engaging in the Paris Agreement if the United States can identify terms that are more favorable to it, its business, its workers, its people, and its taxpayers. Here is the question related to this news. Which of the following are features of Paris Agreement? 1. The agreement is mostly mitigation centric. 2. The Paris Agreement recognizes the importance of sustainable lifestyles. 3. The agreement recognizes the principles of equity and common but differentiated responsibilities. The options are option A 1 and 2 only, option B 1 and 3 only, option C 2 and 3 only, option D all of the above, option E none of the above. You got 15 seconds to type in your answers. The right answer is 2 and 3 only. The Paris Agreement recognizes the importance of sustainable lifestyles. The agreement recognizes the principles of equity and common but differentiated responsibilities. The United Nations Security Council unanimously backed a US drafted resolution to strengthen sanctions on North Korean exports in response to Pyongyang's intercontinental ballistic missile test. The 15-member body yesterday strongly condemned North Korea's ballistic missile launches on July 3 and 28, which the country had stated were of intercontinental range. The commitments included that the goal of the six-party talks is the verifiable denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula in a peaceful manner, and that the United States and the North Korean respect each other's sovereignty and exist together peacefully. Here is the question related to this news. What is the number of permanent and non-permanent members of UN Security Council? Option A 5 and 10, option B 15 and 20, option C 10 and 15, option D 7 and 15, option E 8 and 16. You got 15 seconds to type in your answers in the chat box next to the video. The right answer is 5 and 10. The council is composed of 15 members, 5 permanent members including China, France, Russian Federation and the United Kingdom and United States, and 10 non-permanent members elected for 2-year terms by the General Assembly. Britain is prepared to pay 40 billion euros, equivalent to $47 billion, as part of a deal to leave the European Union, the Sunday Telegraph newspaper has reported, citing 3 unnamed sources familiar with Britain's negotiating strategy. The European Union has floated a figure of 60 billion euros and wants significant progress on setting Britain's liabilities before talks can start on complex issues such as future trading arrangements. If Britain cannot conclude an exit deal, trade relations would be governed by World Trade Organization rules, which would allow both parties to impose tariffs and customs checks and leave many other issues unsettled. Here is the question related to this news. Institutions of European Union are A. European Parliament, B. European Central Bank, C. European Commission, D. European Council, E. All of the above. The right answer is all of the above. All of these institutions are part of European Union.
India and Sweden trying to take their Samband to the next level. After India's independence in 1947, Sweden recognized India as an independent country, following which both Sweden and India established formal diplomatic relations in 1949. About 10,000 Indian citizens reside and work in Sweden, along with an additional 9,000 people of Indian origin. Pranab Mukherjee became the first president of India to make a state visit to Sweden, further boosting relations of both countries. After China and Japan, India is Sweden's third largest trade partner in Asia. India's primary exports to Sweden are chemical products, food products, and semi-manufactured and manufactured goods. Let's take a look at the question related to the topic. Which country is the first feminist government in the world? Your options are A. France, B. Germany, C. Sweden, D. UK, and E. USA. Your correct answer is Sweden. Sweden has the first feminist government in the world. This means that the gender equality is central to the government's priorities in decision making and resource allocations. Qatar announced on Wednesday a program to allow visa and free entry for citizens of 80 countries to encourage air transport and tourism amid a 2-month boycott imposed by the Gulf state by its neighbors. Nationals from dozens of countries, including Europe and elsewhere, such as India, Lebanon, New Zealand, South Africa, and the US, will now receive tourist visas on arrival to the gas-rich country which hosts the Soccer World Cup in 2022. Let's take a look at the question related to this topic. India and Qatar signed MOUs in which of the following areas? Option 1, tourism, financial investment, space, skill development. Your options for the answers are Option A 2, 3, 4. Option B 1, 2, 3. Option C 1, 2, 4. Option D all of the above. Option E none of the above. You have 15 seconds to type in your answers in the comment section below. The correct answer is 1, 2, 4. Totally 7 MOUs were signed between India and Qatar, which includes information and intelligence, tourism, youth and sports, healthcare system, infrastructure projects and skill development. The Bank of England said that on Thursday that it would not change the way that its new plastic banknotes are made, despite some concerns among vegetarians and religious groups about the trace of amounts of animal fat used in their production. The BEO said that the only alternative for its polymer banknotes was to use more expensive chemicals derived from palm olive, and even so, the suppliers were unable to commit using only palm oil produced in the most environmental friendly way. Let's take a look at the question related to this topic. Who among following features in GBP 5 note that has animal fat? Your options are option A William the Conqueror, option B Margaret Thatcher, option C King Arthur, option D Winston Churchill, option E Queen Elizabeth I. You have 15 seconds to type in your answer in the comment section below. The correct answer is Winston Churchill. The new £5 by Bank of England is featuring World War II leader Winston Churchill. Kenya's President Uhuru Kenyatta secured a second term in the office, setting off a wild street celebrations by his supporters and protest in opposition stronghold in the capital of the West. Speaking after the result of Tuesday's election was announced, Mr. Kenyatta offered an olive branch to the opposition, urging the national unity and peace with rivals who have rejected the result and raised the protest. Let's take a look at the question related to this topic. Who is the President of Kenya? Your options are option A Raila Odinga, option B Uhuru Kenyatta, option C Jacob Zuma, option D William Botha, option E Jomo Kenyatta. You have 15 seconds to type in your answers in the comment section below. The correct answer is Uhuru Kenyatta. Uhuru Mangalai Kenyatta is the fourth and current president of Kenya, in office since 2030. He is the son of Jomo Kenyatta, that is Kenya's first president. The officials told Press Trust of India that the caution level among the troops has also been raised, and the decision to increase the deployment along the nearly 1,400 km China-India border from Sikkim to Arunachal Pradesh was taken after carrying out a detailed analysis and considering the China's aggressive stance at the Doklam standoff. Let's take a look at the question related to this topic. Doklam Plateau, which was recently in news, touches which of the following Indian states? Your options are option A Sikkim, option B West Bengal, option C both Sikkim and West Bengal, option D neither Sikkim nor West Bengal, option E Arunachal Pradesh. You have 15 seconds to type in your answers in the comment section below. The correct answer is neither Sikkim nor West Bengal. Earlier, a report on Sunday said that China was building a bridge in the no man's land in Ladakh. The government sources on Sunday has denied the reports of China building a bridge in Ladakh. The report has also denied any further aggressions from China. Let's take a look at the question related to this topic. Where is Ladakh situated? Your options are option A Jammu Kashmir, option B Assam, option C Manipur, option D Arunachal Pradesh, option E Himachal Pradesh. You have 15 seconds to type in your answers in the comment section below. The correct answer is Jammu and Kashmir. Ladakh, which is also known as the land of high passes, is in the region in Indian state of Jammu and Kashmir. Melbourne has been awarded the title of the world's most livable city for the 7th consecutive year. The city has scored 97.5 out of 100 by the Econometric Intelligence Unit, a score that remains unchanged from 2016. The city beat 140 cities around the world to win this title. The top 10 cities that also remained unchanged from the last year, Vienna and Vancouver, came around the second and third respectively. Let's take a look at the question related to this topic. Which is the world's most livable city as per EIU? Your options are option A London, option B Berlin, option C New York, option D Melbourne, option E New Jersey. You have 15 seconds to type in your answers in the comment section below. The correct answer is Melbourne. Rahul, who is a 12-year-old Indian origin contestant on a British television show, has become an overnight sensation after he answered all the questions correctly. He has an IQ of 162. Rahul has correctly recited the letters in words like garrulous and accouchement. Let's take a look at the question related to this topic. Who has founded Mensa, the oldest haiku society in the world? Your options are option A Oxford University, United Kingdom, option B University of Cambridge, UK, option C London School of Economics, option D Harvard University, United States, option E Stanford University, United States. You have 15 seconds to type in your answers in the comment section below. The correct answer is Oxford University. Ms. Malala Yousafzai, the 20-year-old Pakistani-born activist who is the world's youngest Nobel laureate, on Thursday has tweeted a screenshot of her acceptance into the University of Oxford. In March, Ms. Yousafzai received a conditional offer from Oxford Lady Margaret Hall, contingent on her exam results. Pakistan's first female Prime Minister Benazir Bhutto has also studied at the Lady Margaret Hall in the 1970s. Ms. Yousafzai said that she would be studying philosophy, politics and economics, or also known as PPE. Let's take a look at the question related to this topic. Who has got the Nobel Prize for Peace along with Malala Yousafzai in 2014? Your options are option A Kailash Satyarthi, option B Mamta Raghuvar Achanta, option C Shantana Sinha, option D Vidyaben Shah, option E Sayyeda Sayyidini Hemant. You have 15 seconds to type in your answers in the comment section below. The correct answer is Kailash Satyarthi. Kailash Satyarthi is an Indian child rights and educational advocate and an activist against child labor. He founded the Bachpan Bachao Andolan in 1980 and has acted to protect the rights of more than 83,000 children from 144 countries. China will again run one of the world's fastest bullet trains. The journey between Beijing and Shanghai will be made at a 350 km per hour, covering 1,250 km in just 4 hours and 30 minutes, the officials said on Monday. Currently, it takes 6 hours to travel from China's capital to the country's business hub. Let's take a look at the question related to this topic. Which country is the first to launch bullet trains? Your options are option A United States, option B United Kingdom, option C Australia, option D China, option E Japan. You have 15 seconds to type in your answers in the comment section below. The correct answer is Japan. Half a century ago, Japan has built the world's first high-speed rail network, a network that remains the gold standard in train travel even today. The Russian Center of Science and Cultural and Indo-Western Chamber of Commerce and Industry celebrated the 70th anniversary of diplomatic relationship between India and Russia and 70 years of Indian independence by holding a cultural festival on Tuesday. Sergei L. Kato, a Russian Consul General of South India, said that he is happy to be the part of the cultural festival, which is a gathering of people from two nations. The event had several traditional performances by Russian artists who enthralled the audience with their power-packed moves. Let's take a look at the question related to this topic. In which city the Russian Cultural Center is located? Your options are option A Chennai, option B Hyderabad, option C Mumbai, option D New Delhi, option E Noida. You have 15 seconds to type in your answers in the comment section below. The correct answer is Chennai. The Russian Culture Center, the cultural department of the Consulate General of the Russian Federation in Chennai, is located at 27 Kasturi Rangan Road, Alwarpet. The nuclear-armed North Korea said on Wednesday that it had fired a missile over Japan the previous day, the first time it has ever acknowledged in doing so. The launch represented a major escalation by Pyongyang in the face of tension over its weapons program, which have been threatened away to send a salvo of missiles towards the US territory of Guam and prompted the President Donald Trump to warn of fire and fury. Let's take a look at the question related to this topic. To which country North Korea has conducted a flurry of missile tests recently? Your options are option A United States, option B Russia, option C China, option D Japan, option E India. You have 15 seconds to type in your answers in the comment section below. The correct answer is Japan. North Korea has conducted a flurry of missile tests recently amid growing international unease. In a boost to bilateral ties, the Swiss President Don Blumenthal began a 3-day visit to India on Wednesday night. The visit is significant as Switzerland is the chair of the Nuclear Suppliers Group, where India has been seeking membership. A press release said that both the countries share common views on many goals across the major countries. The visit will provide an opportunity to both sides for holding wide-range discussions on bilateral, global and regional issues of the mutual interest. Let's take a look at the question related to this topic. Which country is the 11th largest foreign investor for India? Your options are option A United States, option B Switzerland, option C Russia, option D Australia, option E United Kingdom. You have 15 seconds to type in your answers in the comment section below. The correct answer is Switzerland. Deadly attacks in Barcelona target Spain's strongest spot, tourism. At least 13 people were killed on Thursday when a van drove into the pedestrian at Las Ramblas, which is one of the most tourist-friendly sites in the country's second city. Other European tourist hubs have been bounced back from similar assaults. Spain, which is economically stronger than it has been in the years, will too. Tourism accounts for around 14% of Spain's GDP compared with 9% of neighboring France, and is therefore a major driver of an economy which is still recovering from a painful financial crisis that makes the Turkish mass murderers a strike on prosperity as well as people. Let's take a look at the question related to this topic. Which country is the largest tourism industries in terms of GDP? Your options are option A United States, option B China, option C Germany, option D Japan, option E United Kingdom. You have 15 seconds to type in your answers in the comment section below. The correct answer is United States. The United States with $48 billion of GDP is the largest in the world.